Welcome to the Disruptive Innovation Festival, the online festival that asks the question, what if we could redesign everything? Today, I'm joined by Ieva, who manages content and internationalization for Wasted. So what is Wasted? Wasted is a community-driven, innovative plastic, paper, textiles, and glass recycling scheme. Wasted has revolved around the generation of a local currency that values on waste. We will find out more about this together with Ieva for a presentation around 20 minutes. And after that, we'll go into a bit more of a discussion. Please remember, this is an interactive session, so put all your comments in the comment box below the session, below the video, or tweet using the hashtag ThinkDiff. So for now on, over to Ieva. Welcome. Can you introduce Wasted to us?
You already did a very good job. Hey, everybody. I don't know how many of you are seeing me, but I'm Ieva, and I'm working at Cities Foundation. I'm going to go through the whole presentation of Wasted in a bit, but Cities Foundation is an independent organization that basically analyzes global issues and tries to create local solutions together with the people. I have prepared my presentation. If you don't mind, I'm going to turn it on. First, I have to do the screen share. Here we go. Here we go, here we go. So I'm going to go through the presentation, which is going to last around 20 minutes. And then maybe if you have any questions or anything, we can talk about our initiative. So I'm Ieva, as I already said, and I'm working at Cities Foundation, which is a non-governmental organization based in Amsterdam Nord. We have partnerships in quite a few places all around the world, but our main practical work is based in Amsterdam. And as I just said already, basically what we do, we analyze global issues, and we try to come up with, develop together with the community local solutions for those issues. We are focusing on sustainability or global urban development, and with regards to circular economy, for instance, there are already quite a few developments being made, but Cities Foundation mainly asks and addresses the main question, what about the people, and where is the people in these developments? So we want to put people into urban sustainable development as well as urban sustainable development into people. So yeah, talking to people, basically for us is the most important aspect of innovation, as disruptive as it could be. And through the time, we developed a method of our work. So we address a global issue. We talk with people at the local level. We try to look at the system at the local level and develop a collective intelligence together with the people and then change the system. So for us, agency and empowerment is quite of a core or the essence of our work. We've been active since 2008, and through that time, we made a lot of developments and a lot of projects. And in 2015, we started focusing on waste. And I'm going to go through the project Wasted to explain you more about how we locally try to instigate circular economy. So we focus on waste, which is a global issue. And since we're based in Amsterdam Nord, and basically in Amsterdam, we start focusing on plastics because plastics consumption and in Amsterdam is quite big. So we started addressing the issue of plastics in general. And I don't know if you know, but plastics was invented as a very sustainable and, let's say, affordable material. And it came with a lot of socioeconomic benefits because, well, in order to produce it, you didn't have to kill animals or cut trees. However, down the line of the consumption history, plastics became a little bit of an unmanageable problem. And basically, what happened that in a lot of plastics consumption and human consumption of plastics in many countries is responsible for countless tons of waste. And there's some statistics being made that on an annual basis, there's around 2 billion tons of waste that human consumption is being responsible for. And on a I think, daily basis, there's around 5 million tons of waste that human consumption is being responsible for. And there's I think a surprising aspect that half of the world's population basically does not have the adequate infrastructure, adequate waste management infrastructure. But we do believe that this is not the only one missing screw in the whole cycle. The other missing screw is the missing awareness. And for instance, in cities like Amsterdam, people don't really understand what is the size of the issue, what is the effect of plastic waste, and because people simply don't really see where their plastic is being, where their plastics are going to, and how long does it stay there. I have prepared some pictures that shows the unmanageable problem of plastics. And the issue is also that the plastic cycle is it's a global one. Our products are being manufactured in one place and recycled in another one. And this global cycle has leakage. And this leakage basically pollutes our air, water, land, and it causes a lot of universal challenges for our environment, economies, and societies. So basically, we've been based in Amsterdam, and we realized that this issue is global, and we need to tackle the issue. But to do it, we need to come up with a local solution. So we started in 2015. Since our studio is based in Amsterdam North, we started focusing on Amsterdam North as well. And what happened is that we started talking with people about the whole issue of plastics. And in Amsterdam North, there is a community that does not recycle. So we went to the streets and we started addressing people's needs. Because our idea is to create a solution that would change perceptions and ultimately change people's behavior. So we went to the streets and we started asking people, why don't they recycle? Or what would make them happy to recycle? Or how could we make them happy to recycle? And questions like that. One of the important aspects that we were also asking people was, one of the important aspects, that we were asking not only people who were living in the neighborhood, but also the whole social tissue. So the whole tissue that actually creates in the neighborhood. So we talked with businesses, we talked with cultural organizations, we talked with schools, basically to everyone. And we asked the same question: what would make you happy to recycle and increase recycling rates? So we had we made a big picture and we made a big analysis. As I just said, the point of Cities Foundation is to develop solutions together with people. So we made this analysis available to people, so people would be, acquainted with what's happening in their neighborhood and what's the issue regarding the waste recycling. And what we came to understand was that the general knowledge about environment and the general knowledge about waste was missing. And we asked people, what would they want us to do with their plastics, for instance? And obviously the main answer was that they would like to make their neighborhood more greener basically more greener. And so basically what happened that we came up with plastic recycling lab that we were using to produce modular plastic blocks, and that would be used for public infrastructure or public furniture. So this is one of the prototypes that we made together with the community. While having the lab and while teaching kids at the end of the street how to upcycle their plastics locally, this contributed to the whole educational package. And right now we have quite a few workshops quite a few interactive workshops, and one of the workshops is, for instance, Plasticaholic Anonymous Meeting. sounds funny. And basically what we do during this meeting is we ask people how many times during the day, from the very early morning till the time they had lunch, they have touched plastics. And the numbers are quite incredible. And I'm quite sure that anybody of you who's now listening to this presentation, to this podcast, is actually touching some plastics, which is not a problem, but being aware of it is quite a good thing to do. Also, we have another workshop that is the plastic archaeology, and together with people who are participating in this workshop, we are analyzing different types of plastics. So people usually imagine that there's only one type of plastic that is being recycled, but apparently, you know, there are different types of plastics, and all of those plastics, they have different melting temperatures. They have different characteristics, and they could be reproduced to completely different products. So just being aware of these issues makes people more conscious about their consumption in general, and their consumption behavior. Since the very beginning of our project in 2015, while we were doing research and all the rest of the time, we've been active in various events. So it's one of the most important parts of our project, Wasted and other projects, which is the activation campaign. So we've been since 2015 up until now, we've been active and participating in those events at the neighborhood level. And what happened at the very beginning was that people started giving us their plastic bags, and we gave them back a coin for that bag. And that coin, they could exchange or redeem at local stores for a discount or a benefit. And basically local shops, back then there were around 30, now we have more than 60 shops, would give discounts, and people would basically get money out of their plastic without anybody else actually paying for the plastic itself. So meaning that the value of plastics would stay within, it would not be extracted from plastics. And while just community and businesses would increase the value just by exchanging waste for services and discounts. So basically, the value of plastics increased just because of positive behavior. And in 2017, basically at the beginning of this year, the World Economic Forum picked us as a very positive incentive for people to change their behavior, and they made a video about it. And I have the video on my presentation, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to play it. I don't really think so. In any case, after the production of this video, we've been receiving a lot of feedback from all parts of the world, and people were congratulating us about the potential of our system, and basically Wasted became viral. And if anybody of you is interested in the video, you can check it. Just type it down, World Economic Forum Wasted, and it has to pop up on your screens. So many cities start asking if they can implement our project in their respective city, and we start continuing talks about possible partnerships and collaborations with different parts of the world. And this is also the slide that you see in front of you is basically a quantitative analysis of what we have achieved. And as you see from our community, people are rating us 8.3 out of 10 as a good initiative. What is very important for us is that more than a half of the community that we are working with start separating their plies just because of our initiative, meaning that it's quite of a positive it's a good aspect for us to continue working and rely on while we're working on a daily tasks without actually understanding where are we going. But these numbers and the feedback from the community and feedback from other places all around the world encourages us to keep up the good work. Another thing that happened in 2017 was that together with the municipality, we redeveloped the system. The municipality of Amsterdam, they have an interest in raising separation as well as recycling rates, not only of plastics, but also on glass, paper, textile, in addition to plastic waste streams. So they, together with the municipality, we decided to redevelop the system that would help us to have a bigger positive impact. So what we did, we digitalized the system. And I'm going to go through the whole process of how you use the wasted system now. But first of all, there's one aspect that I want to emphasize is at the very beginning, we have the analogic system where people were giving us coins, and they were people were giving to local stores coins. They were seeing discounts, and it was an amazing system. And we had quite a close personal contact with everybody that was using the system. But at the same time, it was very difficult for us to upscale. So we made a massive impact, but to manage the system that was very manual was quite impossible for us. So digitalization followed as a, well, let's say the technological tool followed as a mean to improve rather than the end. The digital system goes as follows. People have to, first of all, they have to create an account on our website. Then they start separating their waste. They receive all the information needed in order to know what are the do's and don'ts to separate plastic, paper, glass, and textiles. And at the local container at the end of their street, they have to scan a QR code. They have to take a picture of their waste. They have to upload the picture, and then they receive a coin on their account, which they made at the very beginning. And then they go to the local store and redeem the coin for a discount or yeah, basically a discount. I have a video here. This is how the QR codes look on the public on the recycling bins. There's another aspect that I wanted to stress is that we are using the municipality's infrastructure. So we are working with this concept of tabula plena, not tabula rasa, which means that we start already with the existing infrastructure and we implement our solution on what is already there, rather than start from the very, very new beginning and come up with something that might just shock people, and they might not change their behavior, and this might be very distant from people. So we're working with the public infrastructure that people already know, and the only thing that they need to do is scan a QR code, upload a picture, and then receive the coin. Oi. This is the video that explains the whole system. I've been told that you don't really hear the sound, so I'm just gonna talk over it. I sort of explain it, but people basically what they have to do, they make an account on Wasted website. They have to download the QR code to their phone. They receive a starting package with the bags for plastics, glass, paper, and textile. They start separating. Then they bring their harvest to the existing dump site. They scan a QR code that is put on the bin. They have to make a picture of their waste. here, as you see, taking picture of paper. They upload the picture to the system, to our web-based system. You can upload as many different types as you want. And then you receive a digital coin, which you later on go to, with which you later on go to the local store. This is how the local store looks like, and you scan a QR code over there and receive a discount on a purchase or on a extra coffee or so on and so forth. We did quite a activation campaign with regards to the digital system. And now on our website, you can actually see where are the drop-off points and where are our rewarders. With the technological, let's say, innovation, we've been able to see the impact that we're making. And here, there are some numbers, sort of a quantitative analysis of what we have achieved. And as you see, the plastics are being collected the most. And but on the other hand, we've been collecting plastic since April 2015, and there are already people collecting other streams. But we start putting the digital system in place since June. So since June, there are people who are separating textile, paper, and glass. We have more actually wasted neighbors. This is a little bit updated, but there's also like around 1,000 of people who have joined our educational platform. And in August, September, and October, we did a lot of activation. So right now we have around 3,000, like close to 3,000 members on our system. And due to our web-based system, we are able to track the most recycled streams and also where are we the most efficient in. So as you see, plastic still has been separated the most, but other streams are sort of catching up. And because of being able to track our impact, what we're doing where we have different campaigns. For instance, for this month, we have the Glass November campaign. So during this month, we activate people to recycle or separate their glass even more. So we share a lot of insights and sort of educational insights about glass as a material, its recyclability, its challenges and missed opportunities. And also we're working with various brands that give discounts specifically for people who are separating glass the most. The other graph, as you see, we're most active in Amsterdam North, but there are some other neighborhoods that are catching up. And by the next year, we're actually having a plan of working on the other neighborhoods more and investing in those neighborhoods a little bit more. We have continued with our educational package, but right now we are not only focusing on plastics, but we are actually addressing other streams. So for this month and for the upcoming months, actually, we have workshops with local designers. Those designers are focusing on textile, those designers are focusing on glass and paper, in addition to plastics, obviously. And we're having the educational package that we give to our community. And we conduct the workshops at local community centers, and those workshops are open to everybody to participate. And basically, the whole processes are being managed by this dream team, these 5 incredible people. And so, as I said, we have a lot of processes. There are processes including the communication with and the collaboration, let's say, with local rewarders, so local stores. Also, the communication or the community activation and the relationships with our members, also educational package, and the whole managing of all the system. So these are the main processes, but also we are working on internationalization. And by that, I actually mean that while working in Amsterdam, we are trying to pilot Wasted in different places all around the world, where we're also working on a stronger business case. Yeah, I think that's basically what I wanted to tell. And I do believe that Wasted is a game changer. And the reason why I do believe so is that it gives a win-win-win situation between the environment, community, and local businesses. And basically, what it does, it contributes to environmentally conscious behavior. It boosts local economy, and yeah, it targets the issue of social exclusion. But the reason is that why is it so important is that Wasted alone would not be able to bring the circularity or the sustainability. We need to work together with people who are actually eager to change behavior. We need to work with businesses who want to provide the discounts, and we need to work with municipality to integrate our solution to the municipal waste collection infrastructure. And while working with this whole, while working with multiple partners, then we can create higher demand for recycled products. And basically, it's this collaborative work that actually creates local intelligence and can change the system. So we need to trust in people, and eventually that's going to lead into the better future. Yeah, I think that's my presentation. I'm going to switch back to the DIF. How do I do it?
Thanks a lot, Ieva. That was really interesting. For everybody watching, we are going to start a small discussion now. So if you have your questions, post them on the comment box underneath this video, or use Twitter, tweet #ThinkDiff. I want to start off with a question about you've mentioned that you're well, obviously it's a global issue, and you're working in a local approach. But you are considering internationalization. So what I was thinking about, like, what aspects of Wasted are locally linked with Amsterdam and the research you did in Amsterdam, and what aspects are international of the initiative?
Thank you for the question. Let's say when we were talking about internationalization, we don't talk about the globalization of the projects and making it conquering all the world. We want to instigate solutions that could be global. So the international aspect of the issue that we're talking about is waste recycling, and the fact that it's not being like our waste generally could be recycled more, and also people awareness. So when we are actually instigating prototyping, let's say, our project in different contexts, we don't bring just the project and say, here you go, implement it, it's going to solve all your problems. Because that's never going to happen. What we need to do is work with the community and actually understand the local climate, the local ecosystem, with regards to the infrastructure, what are the from the very local, from the people perceptions to municipality policy perceptions and projections. So let's say the waste issue in general is a global aspect, international aspect, but in order to tackle it, we need to really understand the local the local climate.
All right, we have another question coming in that expands on that previous question from Ariana. Are you aiming to expand wasted, or are you hoping that you've created a model that is easy to replicate?
I mean, we're aiming to expand wasted, but it's not about the replication of the model. It's more of as I just said, as I just answered my previous question, it's more of understanding the local issue. So it's like the replication might not bring the actual, results that you want. Like it might not be successful if you just replicate something without understanding what is the local system. So replication would not be our aim. Our aim would be maybe you can put it in the globalization of the, like maybe you can put it in the words of making it global, but expanding. But again, replication is not what we're aiming for.
All right. So another question from Mariana Garces. She asks, the system is similar to a deposit return recycling scheme, isn't it?
Yes, quite correct.
Yeah, okay. Well, that was a short question then. Another one from Monty. Is this a Europe-centric model, or do you think similar reward system could work in low to middle income countries where the system is very different?
We do believe that, well, I cannot just say that it's going to work everywhere around the world, but we have partners in different continents, and we have, like, for instance, Latin America, that we are trying to instigate wasted, but it's hard to project saying that it's not going to work in different continents and it's very Eurocentric. I don't think so, because, for instance, when we are working here in Amsterdam North, we're working with a neighborhood that has one of the lowest recycling rates, and at the same time one of the lowest education and employment and income levels. So we're working with, let's say, problematic communities as well. I'm not saying that anywhere around the world there's, like, I'm trying to be very politically correct, but I do think that it definitely could be implemented in different parts of the world, and it's not Eurocentric.
Thanks a lot for that. I think with this question, I want to wrap up this session for now. I have enjoyed it, and I think everybody watching as well. It's very interesting to actually hear a case study that is successful in the way you've explained us all. So that's very inspiring for us all. So thanks a lot for that. And for everybody online, thanks a lot for watching. We have a lot of more sessions coming up. For example, one today that I'm looking forward to is going beyond the ID stage of Erica Boeing and William Burkhardt. And if you've missed out on any of the sessions, we have them all on DIF on demand, so you can watch back everything you want. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot, and see you at another session.
Cool. Thank you. Bye.